Hello and welcome back to another episode of Diablo to D&D. My name is David, and today we're going to be going over the changelog for January 12th. We're going to be taking another break in the Let's Create, or the Let's Build series to do another changelog. I had another Let's Build planned, the Druid, but school started and we had to get our carpets cleaned and whatnot, so it didn't work out. Alright, let's jump right in. For the Barbarian, Double Throw no longer grants thrown weapons you wield the finesse and light properties, and instead gives you a bonus action attack with an offhand thrown weapon. For the Barbarian, Piercing Attack is now Piercing Throw, and now clarifies the line emanates from you. And also for the Barbarian, Conjure Weapon is now Returning Weapon, and no longer allows you to create thrown weapons that scale with level, instead allowing you to return weapons to your hand. I went over these in the Barbarian Let's Build, and yeah, here they are now. Most of the rest of the ones are for the Druid. There's one for the Necromancer and one that's just a generic spell, but for the rest of them, pretty much Druid. You'll see these changes hopefully in the next video, which, again, hopefully is going to be the Let's Create, or Let's Build for the Druid. Alright, Hunger now heals you for the full amount of damage instead of half. Firestorm is now a spell instead of a written out subclass ability. You're going to see that a lot. And the ability allows you to choose which creatures make the saving throw. For the Necromancer, Teeth now clarifies the spell's damage dice become d6s rather than 1d6. This was a wording change because I realized as I was doing Firestorm, which Firestorm, Teeth, Charged Bolt, and as you'll see later, Arctic Blast share very similar formatting issues, or very similar formatting. I realized that the Necromancer ability Teeth says, oh, the damage becomes 1d6. So it's like, oh, wait, even at higher levels? No, the intent is that the dice to become d6s, not just 1d6 for the entire thing. Alright, back onto the Druid. Molten Boulder is now a spell instead of a written out subclass ability, and the ability allows you to choose which creatures make the saving throw. Fissure is now a spell instead of a written out subclass ability, and the ability allows you to choose which creatures make the saving throw, and prevents your concentration dropping from damage. Feral Rage's healing now works with any unarmed strike while in werewolf form, not just the bonus action attack, but only once per turn. Same basic function that, you could make one unarmed strike while in werewolf form, and you could only heal from that bonus action, but now it's any attack. I think I pulled from the Beast Barbarian. Yeah, I think it's the same ability as the Beast Barbarian. Rabies' initial saving throw is now optional. I realized that since you were hitting on, or that the saving throw triggered on every hit, you could potentially force the creature to make a bunch of saving throws and then succeed the saving throw, which would make them immune to the ability, yada, yada, yada. So I said now that it's optional, so you can hit them, they fail the saving throw, and then you don't have to force them to make a saving throw on the rest of the hits. Druids now start with hide armor instead of leather armor and can choose a scholar's pack as well. Just some changes to the starting equipment. Shockwave now clarifies it emanates from you. Summon Druidic Companion's material component is now 300 GP instead of 200. The summoning spells, even in D&D, they all cost 100 GP per level of the spell. So if it's like a 4th level spell, it's 400 GP. If it's a 2nd level spell, it's 200 GP, and so on and so forth. Just something I'd forgotten to do when I changed it from a 3rd level to a 2nd level. Or 2nd level to 3rd level. Alright, wrapping up here. Arctic Blast is now a spell instead of written out subclass ability, and the ability allows you to choose which creatures make the saving throw. Cyclone Armor is now a spell instead of a written out subclass ability, and the ability also grants temporary hit points. Tornado is now a spell instead of a written out subclass ability, and the ability also allows you to split the area into 3 cylinders, and this spell now uses strength instead of dexterity for its saving throw. So what I did for Tornado is kind of mushed Tornado and Twister into one ability. It's one spell, you're summoning a Tornado, but now you can summon 3 Twisters and move them around the battlefield independently. It's not as big. The Tornado itself is a 10-foot radius cylinder, and these Twisters are 5 foot in diameter, so they're just one square instead of, a 4x4. So a massively smaller area, but now you can put them on 3 different creatures in 3 different areas. And that is only, by the way, for the time that the ability allows you to cast it without expending a spell slot. And that is it. Bunch of changes for the Druid. I have been going over the build for the Druid, and it's not been coming along very nicely. I started thinking about making a grappling bear Druid and spent probably several hours trying to figure out how to make that work, and it didn't. So, yeah. Anyway, you can contact me at XenosFan2, that is XENOZFAN2 on Blue Sky and Reddit. And you can contact the channel directly at Diablo TODND on Blue Sky and YouTube. Thank you much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good whatever.